Alright, muri yeZimbabwe kusangana kwatiri kuita zvakare ipo pano paZimu News update apo patinoda kupa ma first hand update anonga ari kuitika munyika yedu yeZimbabwe. So kana uri mutsva tongokurudzirana usabve pano usina kusubscribe, kulike nekushare. So tisatapinda munhauva dzedu dzetiri kupakura muzuva ranhasi tirakuti tiyeuchidzane kuti kwasara 16 days kuti President Emmerson Mnangagwa vange vachisaina amendment bill rakagazetwa navaziyambe na Attorney General Virginia Mabiza. So muri yeZimbabwe tine mashoko abuditswa nemilitary avari kutaura iwo havasi kuita zvehondo kana zvichi, but vari kungotaura kuti no makunyanya kurerutsa mukuru, because tiri kuona kuti vanhu vakubuda vachitaura nezvemukuru Vice President Opposer Chiwenga, because haisi mhosva yavo. Kune vanhu vakawanda vari kudya mubato reZANU-PF vari kuda kuti vange vari vano opoza zvese zvekutaura naVice President Opposer Chiwenga. So ndo vakutuma tumhupushira twese tuyetuyetu ne21 tusina kana nebasa rese ka presidential mafia kamunhu kekumaruzeva kakapera zvako kotuka the second secretary webato reZANU-PF Vice President Opposer Chiwenga. Hazvisati zvakamboitika zvinhu izvozvo. So tiri kuona kuti Vice President Opposer Chiwenga inhau yekutoti general wane hasha dzakanyanya, but inhau yekutoti wakarora mukadzi akanaka memini Baloyi Chiwenga, at least zviri kufamba mune zvakanaka, because VP Chiwenga anonyatsozikanwa kuti aiwa no vatori nehasha zvagara chitozikanwa chichi chimwe. So tiri kuona military iri kubuda ichitaura iyo kutoti no munhu wese ari kutaura zvakaipa pamusoro paVP Chiwenga, because tiri kuona kuti VP Chiwenga iwo nava Mnangagwa havasi takaona vari kutomhoresana vachitoita sei chichi, although patori nemakakatanwa ezvinhu zviri kuitika, but makakatanwa aripo inhau yekutoti Vice President Chiwenga vane moyo wakanaka, vane vanhu pahana pavo apapa. Muri yese yeZimbabwe vanayo pahana pavo. Nhau yauri kungokwesherana chete idiki inhau yekutoti waMnangagwa havana hanya nemunhu, haane kana nemunhu kana izilongo zvavo zvakangoita chete. So tiri kuona vanonga vari kudya navo waya vanobva vatojoinawo chikundi ichocho, because hazviri pachena muri yeZimbabwe. Sort of like kana uri zvakaita chivhayo yoyo uri kuita sei zvekuti kana chivhayo zvaya zvokuti unongochiwonjererwa nyika yese uchiita sei unongotosapota genre iroro kuti rirambe richienderera mberi. So tiri kuona panapa ndo nhau yauri kukwesherana chete kutoti no zvinhu zviri kuitwa zvese izvi dai uchizvinzi une mari wewe vhura mafactory sezvinoita varungu zvese zvekutoti anonga ari mabilionea vhura mafactory nezvinhu zvakasiyana kuti zvinhu zvinge zvichifamba. So tiri kuona military panapa yava PI yekutoti munhu wese achataura zvakaipa pamusoro paVice President Opposer Chiwenga. Ndofikana Temba Muliswa wanonga information yakakwana, but Temba Muliswa takaona paya akukumbira regerera akuita sei ari kuti wanhu munondituka chichini nanobvira ndakambotuka Vice President Opposer Chiwenga papa ndakambovatuka toka tungotaura mafacts chete anonga ari kutaura. Temba Muliswa anonga information yese behind zvese zvinosara kubuda, but anonga atoona. So tiri kuona military iri kutaura iyo kutoti no munhu wese ari kutaura zvakaipa pamusoro paVP Chiwenga tiri kumusunga, tiri kuda runyararo munyika yedu yeZimbabwe. So panapa muri yeZimbabwe pari kutaurwa kutoti pane group riripo, ndo group riri kutaurwa iro riri kupusha vanhu, iwewe ndo unosungwa. Wakazototi kwani ndakatumwa nanhinga haasungwe, iwewe ndo unosungwa, iwewe uri kutumwa, iwewe uchitaura zvinhu zvisina kana nebasa rese, hauna unongopiwa kana $50 chaicho kuti utaure zvinhu zvaunongota zvinhu zvinokwadzisa mangwana. Tarisa dzidzai kunana uchipanga waya. So tiri kuona pana pakanyorwa kunzi according to team pachedu there is a group of powerful political figures is pushing for the removal of Vice President Opposer Chiwenga. If their efforts succeed, he could be removed soon, paving the way for businessmen kuda kwashaita gore to become Zimbabwe's new president. There is a growing belief that General Chiwenga is currently at his weakest political, with only Sanyatwe family backing him. Team Pachedu also alleged that ZANU-PF provincial structures are being mobilized to support his removal. Tiri kuona panapa muri yeZimbabwe tisikazivi kuti zvichange zvakamira sei. Kune vanhu vari kupusha vanhu ivo ndiri kutaura ivo vari kunzi vari kupiwa nemilitary, vari kupiwa PI nemilitary kutoti munhu esa kutaura zvakaipa pamusoro paVP Chiwenga takuisa mukati military police iri kudaro. So toda kuti tiende panapa muri yeZimbabwe amai mine Baloyi Chiwenga vane mapictures wakaisa, but mapictures acho anenge ari kuda kuopozana nezvakaitwa naPresident Emmerson Mnangagwa. Rekezei tiende ikokoko tione kuti chii chiri kutora nzvimbo, because tiri kuona kuti mapictures ndofunga muri kuona mapictures aya akaiswa apa muri yeZimbabwe. Takaona zvakaitika kuna vasiri kuziva togona kupa update pano yekutoti Shoni Mnangagwa akagadzwa as a captain in 2021, as a major in 2022, as a lieutenant colonel in 2026, son radarika iri ndopakagadzwa. So tirakuona mauto angari kutaura kuti no anyanya kufamba mamaira acho, because tirikuona kuti kuna vamwe vanhu vatosevha muchiuto kwenguva refu cheche, but havasati vatomboone zvidanho izvozvo zvakafanana neizvozvo. ndokuedza kutaura panapa kutoti no dai vambomira zvavari kuita izvozvo. So tirikuona panapa pakanyorwa kunzi Minnie Baloyi, the wife of Vice President Chiwenga, recently shared throwback photos of herself from her time as a major in the Zimbabwe National Army, highlighting how far she has come to reach her current rank of colonial. Pakatora nguva yakareba mhuri yeZimbabwe since from 2006 zvakanyorwa hamba izvo, but umwe munhu ari kuti ati colonial mhuri yeZimbabwe. She captioned the post once upon a time in 2006, 20 years ago, when I was still a major. How times flies. Found this photo at my mom's home, and I think it's priceless. However, in the 2026 colonial, Minnie Baloyi was removed from her role in the Zimbabwe National Army Military Intelligence. Ndo tukwana panapa wakabviswa paya pakaendeswa kucommanders pool. Pakanzi kucommanders pool unongosina pako po unongori kushandira. Unongo wamwe boy pakanzi murume wenyu anokachifamba sa munofana kufamba nemurume wenyu wati chi bachitaura nawo dzakati one day mhuri yeZimbabwe. Ndofunga turikuona ndo zviri kuitika. Uyu ndiye murume wekuba foni mazuva aya uyu yokuba foni ya David wati murungu ya David Quartet. So tikuona mashoko aya angari kutaurwa na sort of like etc muprofita toti 26 May kune hondo ichamuka mubato reZANU-PF isina kumira zvakanaka. So ndira kuti musare muchinzwa makomrade vetinawo pano vari kupatsanura nhau dzezvematongerwo enyika. Vari kutaura iwo kuti kwasara 16 days chete. Pa 16 days hapana chichabudira pano kuti inonga nhau yekungomirira kuku pechazongoitira ipapo. So ngatisanganei munews dzinotevera mhuri yeZimbabwe. Tongouchidzana kuti kana uri mutswasa pano usina kusubscribe, kulike nekusheya hazvibhadhariswe, kusubscribe mahara. So much love. Ngatisangane munews dzinotevera.
Yes, I sincerely do. The new speakers, if you want to give a commentary while Comrade Committee is not here, it's still okay, then you can still speak to him and address him directly. Please let us know you want to give a commentary. We don't know whether he's going to be able to join us later or not.
Yeah, okay. Yes, thank you. Yes, definitely. As a matter of fact, I do have a commentary on what Comrade Komichi has said. Comrades Za, chief strategist, as he was called back in the days. Yeah, I think from what Comrade Komichi has said, he talked about leadership, and he talked about. I'm happy that he also confessed that he was also part of. He also was involved in promoting nepotism when Changrai's daughter was imposed on people of Glenview, when she didn't have any connections whatsoever with Glenview. She has never lived there. She was never raised. She didn't even know, maybe she didn't even know where Glenview was in Harare, but she was imposed because she was a daughter of the late president. So it's nepotism. No matter how you want to sugarcoat it, it's nepotism, And for people to start, you see, this is the problem with I don't want to call them leaders, these political elites. They are misleaders. They are very selfish. Across political divide, we have got political elites now, who are trying to manipulate the constitution so that they remain in power. And I don't want to. I know someone, Wakomicha again talked about Karanga hegemony. It's not a Karanga hegemony, for Christ's sake. It's a small group of the elites, the political elites, who want to enjoy, who don't want to remain in power. We have got nothing really to think about, the ordinary people. Because at the end of the day, if these elites were serious about the ordinary people, they should be focusing their energy now on addressing the problems. They should be focusing on our health care. They should be focusing on making Zimbabwe a better country for everyone, because the amount of energy they are using now, everything to get to make this CAP3 a success. If they'd use that energy to develop our country, for us, the ordinary people, to benefit, Zimbabwe would have gone, kind of traveled a lot, really, in terms of development, but they are not. So we have the political elites in the opposition. We have got a comrade Zah, talking about, we the leaders, we did this. I'm happy confessed as well, because it helps us to know that, elitism is not only in ZANU-PF, it's also in the opposition, where these people are concerned about buying votes. He talked about, beasts being slaughtered at the Congress of the opposition, which was held in Gweru. It's people, so it's also vote buying as well, so that they want to remain, they want to be in power and continue to eat and enjoy, the privileges of being leaders, the so-called leaders of political movements. I think that's the problem we have as a country. We have allowed these so-called, I don't call them leaders, they are misleaders. Whether it's the opposition, whether it's the ruling party, these people have been misleaders. They are not leading. When are the leaders going to lead? When are the true leaders going to lead our country? We need leaders. Although I don't want to quote Mahere talks about new leaders, but mine is, when are the real leaders going to emerge and lead our country? I think that's where the problem is. We have got this problem, and I think we need to stop CAP3. CAP3 must be stopped, because I think it's time for us citizens across political divide to say, we have had enough of you political elites. We have had enough of you. We gave you 10 years. We gave you 10 years, and your time is coming in 2028. We want a new leader, to come, whether that, and you see the problem when you have these political elites postponing, and postponing their time to live and remaining in power, they also undermine the emergence of new leaders. 30 seconds. They also undermine. They also, if you look, if you look at ZANU-PF as a case study, right? As a case study, 1980 to 1990, Mugabe was there, and then there were lots of young leaders who could have emerged. You talk of the Simba Makonis, you talk of the Dumiso Dabengwas of this world, you talk of the Simon Kayamos, you talk of the Ariston Chambati, the Edson Zobos. All those leaders could have emerged and take over, right? But they were not allowed to do so. So, and then we have now Mnangagwa coming in towards the twilight of his relevance, really, because if Mnangagwa was part of the leadership that had taken over, say, 20 after Mugabe 20 years ago, maybe his political thinking, his mindset would have been relevant. But his mindset now, because he's a man of the yesteryear, he's a man of history, he's a man of liberation struggle. But now we want leaders who are relevant to the new trends now. We want leaders who are relevant to what is happening in the world around us now. We want leaders who are there to who talk about technology, who talk about how we can actually develop our country to be. We are sick and tired of leaders who use political patronage to remain in power. We want leaders who know that for them to remain in power, it's about safety. As long as, if you are an incumbent, whatever you do, I'm finishing off now. 30 seconds. 2 minutes. 2 seconds. So 2 seconds. This is my conclusion. My conclusion is we should stop CAP3, because it prevents the emergence of leaders who are relevant to the current trends happening around the world. Thank you.
And I can see you as amongst listeners. Can you get out of the space and refresh your app and try to come up so that I can also add you into the listeners? Please may do that, and I'll send another invite for you to speak. Commentary, we've got Sister hasn't spoken, right? Please give us a commentary.
Okay, appreciate for the young guy right over here. what you've said. I don't know whether it's young or something. Gen Zs, learn from these mistakes and learn from these mistakes. Have eyes open on these older folks, the old wood. All I can tell you, a leader can rise on Kunepov, these young kids, women, and all of us support these young kids. Women add value on some of these things, and I appreciate if we have more women involved with some of these kids. A leader can rise by its own and all that stuff. History is history. We've learned from that history. That generation is going away. That you cannot listen when somebody tells you you are wrong. You become wrong, you become an enemy. When somebody comes to you and tell you you are wrong, always appreciate it. It makes you a better person. Our leaders, if you look at the history, right, Kunana Chaga, Zulu and all that stuff, why people ended up speaking, going all over Africa. It was just because they were being told it's wrong. All the leaders here, African leaders, all they want to hear, they are lost to touch. You know what I'm saying? Wakakombo never haina around them. They don't this everything. It's just let's change as citizens. Africa will never move forward as long we don't change the way our government being run. Guys, we need to wake up and open our eyes. We are on our own right now. You know what I'm saying? We have mentors, and I would love for that Mr. Mlala to come and address this issue. He's been on this platform. He's an elder. Has he reached out to some of these organizations? All I'm asking you guys, we learn from this history. We have history. We have kept yes, 15 days. What are we doing? Are we going to do my home stay home or whatever? We are on our own. We are on our own as we speak right now. And trust me, if you're not careful, this thing pass, and then when it's passed, that's when they'll start coming out and making some noise. Let's figure out, instead of spending hours here, let's reach out, or if people don't want, let's do must stay away and all that stuff. See if it works. And here Baba Mlala is an elder. He needs to answer these questions. Has he reached out to all these people? What are we doing and all that stuff? It's not about history. Is fine. You come here and tell us we've heard your mistakes, whatever is going on and all that stuff with this part. As far as I know, I've listened to all of these leaders. They have egos and all that stuff, and they will never give up their leader to be the one to be at the front. It's to my citizens, let's be at the front. And I would advise young kids, never cast the guys, let's get involved in this thing and all that stuff. Open eyes, like I've told you. Whatever happened, government, we have to, I've told you several times, guys, we have to sit on the table. Not is the politics, they're eyeing for their political agenda with their what. As ordinary citizens, not my politicians, never lawyer go in the room. We appoint our own people who sit when it comes to negotiation. Remind me, I've told you several times, guys, we're on our own right here. You might take me as a joke or something. We are on our own, reading constitution and all that stuff. Still going to suppress us more. Poor people, because we got people who are so ignorant, my politicians, who are hungry for everything and they don't care about poor. But now we have our eyes open. All of us, let's work together, citizens. Politics aside, let's unite as citizens. I'm telling you guys, the more we divide ourselves, we have nothing, whatever they do with their history and all that stuff. We have learned from their mistakes. Citizens, let us unite. We're the only one who can make changes for ourselves. These politicians don't care about you guys. Few bucks, I know my few bucks, the next thing, well, that's why part we don't see them. What to poor Maru right in my pocket. That's why they're not doing anything about. We hear after the 17th. Trust me, when the 17th, that day, Zani no move fast. You see it within 24 hours, they already passed their own thing. Let's wake up my citizens. As I would tell people at home, they do a stay away since they don't want to go on the street. Oh, they're going to do my popcorn thing, demonstrating. We can do that. Let's figure out ourselves. We're our own citizen. Thank you very much and all that stuff. We are tired of history. We've learned what that MDC, like I've told people, Zapu yagainda na Nkomo, Zani yagainda na Sekuru Bob, MDC yagainda na Spangirai. We are on our own citizen. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yabonga. Thank you so much. The hands raised, I'm believing they're for commentary while we're waiting for Miss Committee to come back. Okay. I'm from Manyama Mbotara, JT Travel.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Sorry,
so much. Ndinoda kuita
sorry, hold on.
comment na Mr. Komich.
Please hold on, wait.
Zvavambotaura. Okay.
Scotty, please can you help us get the guests coming on? I'm failing to do that. Can you help that part? Thank you. Tanaka Sande, Leroy, and General Story. If you've got something to say, please raise your hand so that we know that you want to speak now. Then you can also still get a chance to address our committee when it comes. So, GD Travel, can you wait for General Story so you can speak up to him?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. We are listening. I want to simplify the discussion here into one question: how do we stop cap number 3, which is actually crucial to everyone, and it's quite a pity that we see a lot of people looking forward to the leaders. I want to actually agree with Carol when she said we are on our own to the citizens. Our main problem is that we don't have opposition. Let's never speak about opposition. And she is right when she's saying we must take this as a learning curve, because the modus operandi was inherited in terms of how we drive the political progress, which is the divide and rule, also governed by the egos of the people, which actually came to nullify everything in such a way that the leaders of opposition cannot stand at one podium to oppose something, while ZANU-PF can do whatever they want in unity. Whether they've got their differences, they have learned this thing that if we are doing the party business, we put our difference aside. This dynamic was not actually learned by the opposition. So let's not speak about opposition. We can make another day of discussing the problems which we actually got in terms of how we governed the opposition and everything. But for now, we are 15 days away to stop this cap number 3. But we know for the fact that our people are not united, and they are divided in their leaders. They are not divided on their own. They are divided in their leaders. Because those who stand with Chamisa will never listen to those who stand with Komish. Those who stand with Komish will never listen to those who stand with whoever. You understand? So, as the people of Zimbabwe, the ordinary citizen, I'm exposed to everyone. I think most of you guys, I speak to the largest platform which the people are following in terms of this revolution and everything. We always tell the people that the only way we are going to stop this is to unite. And for them to unite, they need people to move in front. And no one is willing. Instead, they are further dividing themselves, which actually in an indirect way, as the people, the voices which the people can listen, we can see as an added advantage to the ruling party. So I don't think listening to the history at this point of time is actually something which is good. We need to start paving a way forward. And the only way we have to do that is to actually convince the mass to demonstrate that they don't want the cap number 3 using the stay away, because the stay away, they don't need any clearance from the police. Once you start speaking of the demonstrations will need a lot of procedures and everything. But as for the real statement which we need to give to the people. If they don't want, check number 3. Let every ambassador who can speak and have an audience speak about the stay away. Then we will now say from the 10th of May up until the 15th of May, let's go into a stay away. And that will be a clear message sent to the system. Because already now, if you can check what they are doing. Today I was speaking to the people in weather. They were telling me that these pre-written scripts of petitions are being signed by people on behalf of the people. So it's not about coercing the mass. It's about presenting the evidence that we have done the procedure. How are we going to counter that? The very same story was given to me around 9 o'clock from Menez. The very same strategy. And what is that which is being used by ZANU-PF? They are using their unity because they are commanding their structure, and their structure is complying. The force of opposition is the fragmented, you see. So we need to speak a common language which goes direct, not via the leaders. It must go direct as a common thing which is needed to actually save ourselves. Whether we are going to win or we are not going to win, but we will be doing something to attempt stopping this, because this is not working for the people. This is what I'm thinking here. Let me give others time.
Thank you, General Sole. I do have a question for you. Were you approached by a committee, since it's reeling everyone into this coalition or get together, or I don't know? Were you part of those people that were also called into the talks? And what was your party's response to working together with the Committee for the Common Cause?
Mkoma Committee is just a person I speak to on a personal capacity. But as for the serious political business and negotiations, I don't remember having invitation to that. But these are the people I speak to on personal capacity. We are speaking of Mkoma Committee. I speak with all of them, almost all of them. I speak to them. But I don't remember being invited.
Okay. I just want to find out just that. Thank you. Anyone else?
No,
Can I ask you a question?
Our second one talk.
No, I want to
You were
ask you. I want
saying
to
I
ask you a
should
question.
hold on. Ndondotaura ndingazokanganwa. Koma katsande ndokumbira kuti nditaure.
But I have a question for General Oka. Then you are going to present. Let's see. Can you allow us to rebut? Can you allow us to rebut so we can have a flow? When we present, at the end of the day we end up about. Let's rebut
and we did not finish it up.
So I want to rebut
that. Comment chat and this quitter kutaura.
Answer comment. It means we comment. You can engage me.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Don't take too much.
I'm not taking too much. Sorry, Mr. Katsande. No. Yeah.
Every day, general every day. Let's ask them a question.
Yes. Na general sitole na vakomichi ndoza ndoda ungeta comment angu. Vakomichi ndinotenda chaizvo nokuti heading ibunzi akomichi. Ndotenda nezvamataura what was happening during your time. But Tangatina Vamulala vachitaura and is very much interested. Zvakangofanana na General Sitole zvavari kutaura manje kuti kana paine vamwe vakamboenda kuhondo vakatibetsera kuti tibise vana avo vari kuti vanoda Cape 3 zvinodii, then tozogara pasi toona kuti ndiani angati leader for Zimbabwe. Ndo mubvunzo wangu chete kuti vakomichi mungangosuduruka zvishoma muchiteera mumashure nokuti mune kahistory kenyu a lot of stuff which was happening and hapana chakabuda for years. Saka tachifungidzira kuti ana Komastole avo na Vamulala nevana Mutinhiri vangakwanise sevanhu vari at par naivo varipo vari kutonga vangakwanise kuti izvo zvamakuita izvi hatizvide zvachose asi zvatakarwira ndizvo chete zvandada kungotaura. Thank you.
ndokumbira kuvhunza general.
Bvunza henyu Mugoma.
Ndinotenda general maita zvakanaka mauya. Kundibvumirawo kuvhunzawo mubvunzo. It's an honor. Tinotenda Sterek. Vakomiti very sorry. Hey. Makagarwa bamba. Ndizvozvo ndo zvazvakaita. Ukadya shuga yavarombo havakanganwi. Musa unodzoka vachiti ndipo chakati munenge makangoitana natsuro nagude ipapo. But anyways, ndo life yachonawo. Chinokanganwa idemo ndizvonai. But anyway, mubvunzo wangu uri kuenda kuna general kuti you have raised my very important questions, and I think in your presentation what you were providing there is direction rather than commentary. Na GD, but mubvunzo wangu uri yakamuri because you felt like listening to you, it felt like I was listening to Munu arikupa direction, which is more like a leader coming out of 1,000. Let's do this. You have raised my questions. Nenyayema zviri kunyorwa nechichi ma presentations zviri kuitwa fabricated just to create an illusion yekuti you are in support. And then mobva mati imimi one maybe they need to be mobilized paite action yekuti vanenge vachita stay away. Then tina wanana madhuku tanga tina I think 2 weeks ago achitaura kuti nyaya yavo iri mukoti. We don't have to stop the process iri kuitika izvezvi because wasiyei vaite, because the constitutional court ikazogara ikateerera nyaya yedu pakaitwa hearing ikateererwa nebench zvakaonekwa kunzi zviri unconstitutional, then all this that would have happened or any decision that would have come out of it would then be declared null and void. So my question, listening to Madhuku zvaitaura 2 weeks ago, and you coming and saying we need to stop it, let's do a stay away. My question is, do we need to stop this thing, or the application hatinayo already is enough to declare it null and void? Because what is happening now, even if we do a stay away, mutemo machina vari kuti vari kuteera there might be no provision yekuti if people stay away then it means this thing should be stopped, or it's just maybe a matter of raising and try maybe to amplify our voices, but tinogona kutadza kuzvistop and maybe there's not even a need to stop it and we can just put all our eggs in one bucket reku-constitutional court ruling. Ndopane mubvunzo wangu. I'm just trying to compare zvimwe mukutaura nezvatainzwa from Madhuku 2 weeks ago.
Thank you Mugoma. Zvakataurwa navamadhuku. Vamadhuku is a constitutional lawyer. Vanotenda mumutemo. Our mass does not actually believe in law. Not because law aishande, but because they don't understand the law. Now, the majority irikuti no to this cable number 3 are not lawyers. So what we are doing panapa ndezvekuti instead of continuing making noise and ZANU-PF doing the mechanism to make an illusion yekuti no vanhu ndo zvavari kuda, if for real the noise which is in the country is actually standing on the position ekuti atisi kuda tiri kurepwa. Ndataura mashoko ekuti we are receiving reports, we are receiving ma V11 nevanhu vari kuti wonai zvatiri kuitwa. It's wise for the people to do something to show kuti aiwa zvese zviri kuuya kwamuri ikoko hatisisu tiri kumanikidzwa. It's part of activism. and protest has got no formula. Kana takwenda ku legal side, there are procedures ikoko nezvimwe zvese. But now the question comes and poses in front of the people, which route do they want? Because if we speak about using the masses' power to stop the case number 3, if that is a common will of everyone, then let it be stopped. Because the reason why they are consulting the people is that their view makes sense to them. And the process of their consultation is being overridden by a force, you understand, which is being used through the structures of ZANU-PF. Therefore, if that's the case, there's nothing wrong about people showing their displeasure to say, no, we whatever are the results being given to you, we are not saying that. These people are actually doing their own in their own way. We are not part of whatever is being presented to you. Therefore, in that cause, obviously, the stay away is the amplified voice, which is going to raise the question, why are the people on stay away? It draws everyone to the table of negotiation and counter the force which the people are crying with. But as to what Mr. Maduk said, I'm not saying it is wrong. Yes, the court of Zimbabwe, I don't know what you take from the history or whatsoever, but I don't want to say anything here. If you believe in the court, then as I believe that Zimbabwe has got its own law, then the legal route is okay. But the question is, do they understand and do they have a will to follow the legal way, which Mr. Maduk is saying? I don't know if you are answered.
No, ndichazodzoka nekuseri chimbopaya mubvozo paita wakasimudza kuti hatiusvika kutozoita chedu tiri waviri.
Okay, no, it's fine.
Sorry, thank you. Our committee is back, so we'll give us space to respond. I'm sure you probably did hear some of the other contributions that to give us what his response is.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. I think that's why quite a lot of discussion. I think that's not people platform, but that's why most of the discussion. I still request that we speak. However, nguva tasvika inoi ndachikumbirisa kuti tidanane tive one family. Kana tikambodivhosa aiwa ngazvimbomira izvozvo, nokuti chinhu chakakosha pamberi pedu cup 3 chinhu chakakoshera tose, kuva kwecup 3 kuparira kwedu tose vapenyu vamangwani. Andinoziva pana vanhu vamwe vatine hasha neshungu. That's why I've been trying to explain to you kuti aiwa tikatora ruu iyoyo tose togona kuzvidefenda but hazvitibatsiri. At the end of the day, vanhu vezimbabwe vari kutambura. Let's move forward. Hapana asina kutadza, takatadzirana. Asi tiri kuti cup 3 chihombe chinhu ichi kupfuura matadziro edu atakaitirana ose. Opposition leadership, opposition masses, let's come together and work as a team. Ndambopa example one yekuti vasvangirai vasati vashaika. He went back kuvanhu vakanga vatukana navo. Vamwe vakavati vagumbura, vamwe vakavati ani, vakapuwa mazita akasiyana siyana. Asi it was the leadership of Morgan Tsvangirai yakaita spearhead the unity. It was not Committee, it was not Peter, it was not Mary. It was Tsvangirai who had the most popular support in the country, who humbled himself and said, well, Yakuno, akatirira akauya vakataurirana. Then ndaidi to Yakuno. We still remember kuti pakaitwa meeting ya tenda bit na Mudhara Tsvangirai pakachemudzwa naMusodzi. Vakashekana maoko vakachemudzana Musodzi. Vanga vakisana the national interest pamberi and vakaunite. Those are some of the areas the situation is not very immediate. It's not that it's no strong leadership. So opposition airambi kubatana. Handitika. And asi munhu yese anofanira kunge ane that leadership yandiri kutaura iyoyo. Panofanira kunge pachiwana munhu. Kana ashekwa iyoyo, forget it. A new leader is going to emerge. Amwe maspeakers ataura vanhu kuti aiwa kuri kutouya munhu. It's true. I totally agree with you. Ari kuuya. Asati amuona chete kana kumuziva. But very soon ari kuemerge leader iyeye. Leader iyeye ari kuemerge. I want you to mark my words today. Taura nhasi nomusi waSume. He's going to be the next president of our country. Nokuti ari kubuda out of a lesson. Ari kubuda out of kutambura kwaita vanhu. Ari kubuda out of the lot of experience yaaona. So pachatotungamirira, be ready to call it His Excellence or Her Excellence. So don't worry about the past now. Ngatiwarai about the future. Then is still busy to organize a club. Kutoita senior club 3. Pani vataura. Toita rema spoke on demonstration. Toita stay away. Toita. My only request is apana action inetika mu Zimbabwe. Betu mzibuga about but Africa at large is sina organization. Is sina mobilization. It's not strategic thinking. Hakuna zvakadaro. Dzimwe nyika dzakatonaka zvadzo. But in a regime ye Zimbabwe panoda organize. Panoda mobilization. Panoda that. We have to let us not have illusions. Zikuti mu Zimbabwe kunogonzi call out, stay away. Then one let us stay away. No. Azvite kana kunogonzi demonstration vanotumga demonstrator mu Zimbabwe azvite. Mune mechanisms aripo kudhara akaiswa to counter those things. So panoda kurongwa around and inside kuti those actions zitike zviri effective. Otherwise tingaramba tiri frustrated. Dating vanhu havasi kuda. We have to organize those activities.
Talking so of frustrations, Wakomichi.
Please don't just unmute your mic. Can you allow the speaker to speak and finish? Please go ahead, Wakomichi, so that we can take the next speakers.
Tinosvika papoint yokuti hapana munhu asina kufrustrateka. This is what you must accept. Hakuna munhu asina kubhowekana. This is what you must accept. Munhu ngasafila kuti iye ndakabhowewa. Wakatobhowa vamwe vanhu. Ukatodisturba vamwe vanhu sini futuristic political career dzavo because of your selfish agenda somehow. So right now tikuti isusu bvuma kuti pakaitika mistake. Ngatigare pasi tiseve vana veZimbabwe. Ngatigare pasi tiseve vana veZimbabwe. Nekuti as you point me, don't forget kuti my fingers amwe osawa 4 or 5 fingers, 4 or 5 fingers. Zakatopoinda iwoyo. And this is that for some of us who are honest, we come here and tell you, we are not here to defend ourselves. We are here to explain zvakaitika because tine desire kuti zvinhu zvienderere mberi. Tine desire kuti tione a better opposition movement. And I want to advise you people. A leader, haabvi kuna Komichi, haabvi kuna Peter, haabvi kuna ani. A leader is an avoidable process inoitika uchida usingadi. Those ones who say, remember, pana Mnangagwa, pakarwiwa pana Mnangagwa, kwakaitika G40, vana Madagresi vakapopota, pakaitika zvakaita zvakasiyana siyana, vanhu vakasungwa. Asi a leader angozoemerge, whether bad or good, akaemerge. As I said before, as people of the nation celebrate what God has given us, whether bad or not. So right now, don't worry about the leader. Don't look at Komichi and say he's not a leader or is a leader. Or look at Peter and say it's not our duty. Our duty is going to come to celebrate a leader. in the process yatiri kutoita iyeyi iri toona vanhu muzimbabwe right now. Don't worry, anotobuda chete lead achazotibatsira kuti zvinhu zvedu zvinake. So musaita hasha nalead. Don't be angry, don't lose hope. Ngatiite maprograms, ndo basa redu isusu. Maprograms okuti vanhu vaitwe awareness, titi activism, titi ndo basa redu. A leader will emerge out of those activities that it has. So I want to beg you, ngatishandise matarano kuseva Zimbabwe. Just go kuti ndingakadai chamisa kazodai don't worry about that. Zvakatika for a good reason, zvakatika for a bad reason, depends on where you are. But hakuna munhu anostopa leader anenge achifanira kunge achitungamira nyika yeZimbabwe. Hazvigoni, tingazama zvedu kuita shungu nehasha asi tozvisungirira. The truth of the matter is the leader is going to come. Achatungamira Zimbabwe ine. The leader is going to come. Achabvisa ZANU-PF from power. ZANU-PF yamuri kuona iyi nenguva diki iri kuuya tichazotsvaga muishaiwa. Tichazotsvaga muishaiwa ZANU-PF yamuri kuona nhasi unoyi. Let's organize people on the ground. Let's unite them. The answer will come. So, find action. Find action. Asi chiemo changu ndechekuti ngatibasirane nevakuru nevadiki. Vakuru nevadiki. Tiite chinhu chimwe chete semhuri. Citizens munhu yese ari muZimbabwe ane shungu kuti nyika yedu ichinje citizen iye. Angava mai, angava baba, angava musikana, angava mukomana, angava chinyi, angava vendor, angava church leader, angava opposition activist, is a citizen. Right now is the work for the citizen to come together and work and mobilize. I know my days 15 hours show, but we can do something. Something can be done. Ashuna mosh go yashpera zvayo, but we can't just sit and relax and forget. As people are saying, toda kuita ma demonstrations, ngarongwe. That is only my request. Ngaparongwe. Arongwe nefoni. Ayo, abudi. Amarongwa fair. One on one. So I have no problems. People can do my demonstration, my location. I think you've seen my popcorn.